Hey, baby, are you talking to me? Uh-oh. Oh well, went on Tatooine. Okay, people, welcome back to another Fwoosh review. Tonight, I'm taking a look at the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive Star Wars The Black Series Landspeeder with Luke Skywalker. Now, again, I had to ditch the box to get this big sumbitch home, but believe me, the box itself was impressive, if not overdone. Not in the decoration department. If I remember right, it was just that tan, desert, dark brown color and then some black. But the build of the box itself, if there's ever a nuclear apocalypse, there's going to be cockroaches and those boxes, and probably what's inside those boxes. It's a heavy, tough piece of cardboard surrounding the Landspeeder, and because of size and weight, I had to get rid of it. I couldn't put it in my carry-on backpack, and I don't really check bags. But all in all, I do like the set. I don't know if I like the exclusive price for it or the exclusive parts of it, but I do like the set. Looking at the Luke, this is the same figure we've already gotten twice. I think it came in the red and black box, and then it came on the 40th anniversary vintage card. It's pretty good. It has the nice sculpting on the boots and the pants. The cloth shirt is... yeah, we'll compare that here in a minute. Not a lot of paint here, at least not as much paint as on the regular release. The whites are a little bit brighter. The tans are a little bit brighter. It's just not as dark and murky as the first one, which I don't know if that's a good thing. And then we get up to the head. It is a brand new sculpt. It's bigger, it's more defined, it has more poofiness to the hair, but I don't think it's closer to Mark Hamill than the other one was, which the other one wasn't that great. This is as good as the other, even though they're both wrong, you know what I mean? And then paint, this is where it really irks me on this one. It's good eyes, there's a nice wash to the hair, the skin tone is fairly good, and then we get to the eyebrows and that's where it throws me. He has that perpetual in shock look because of that, or the Landspeeder's going too fast and he's just... I don't know exactly what it is, but I do know that I don't like it. And then the Landspeeder. This was the big draw for me. I've been wanting a Landspeeder for a while. It's one of those vehicles that we knew we would get because of its size. It's smaller, and Hasbro really delivered here. The sculpt is super nice, it's super detailed, it's nice and sharp in all the right places. I don't know how accurate it is because I don't do that kind of research before I get in behind the camera. But it looks like a Landspeeder. That's good enough for me. It has some secret stuff which we'll get into here in a minute, but I think the big thing for me here is the paint job. It has a lot of nice paint apps that look great from normal distance, but you get up on them and you can tell that they're kind of at brush or machine applied, which isn't a bad thing. Like I said, you get a little bit away from it, you put it on the shelf, you put it in a display, it looks great, it looks weathered, it looks worn, it looks like it's been in the desert for a while, especially with the wires and the mechanical parts that we'll see here in a minute. It's almost too clean dirty, or too dirty clean. It's not as random as I figured it would be, you know, it's a little bit heavy in places, but it still looks damn good. I'm not going to go over Luke's articulation because it's the same as the first figure. If you want to check that out, you can go back and see that here. The big difference is the head, and then the shirt is different too. They call this a premium material, but I don't think I like it any more than the first one. The first one's a little bit thick, it lays a little bit heavy, it stays a little bit flat, but this one, it's just hard to put anywhere. It just goes back to where it wants to go. It does its own thing, I guess you could say. The thread and the texture is a little bit smaller, so it fits the 6-inch scale a little bit better, but you can see through it. It almost looks like a mesh shirt. It's probably kind of hard to tell on camera, but you can see his skin tone kind of peeking through the shirt. Again, not that great. But the Landspeeder, yeah, this is why I came to the party. There's not a lot to gripe about here. You can see the ding right here. It looks like he just hit a Jawa straight on, or whatever else, maybe the side of a house. Who knows how good Luke can drive? I don't know. And I say the wear and tear looks machined applied, and it does, but it looks like it's rusting off a little bit. It comes here. There's scratches on the hood here, but that's not on the actual piece. That ended up happening in my laptop bag. I don't know what was scratching against it, but I carried it on and it sat under a plane seat for 3 hours. So something happened there. I'm not going to complain about it because it adds a little bit to the worn look here. You can see the wires and the tubes and everything right here, all individual paints. I like that. It's nice and clean. It really gives you something to look at here. Nice detail back here on the back. Great detail up on the seat. You have the stick shift, I guess, the monitor readout, the steering wheel. He's got a red button right there. I don't know what that does, but I'm seriously intrigued in what that is. That self-destruct? Does it shoot a missile? Does it shoot a gun? The red buttons usually mean, you know, offense of some kind. So I don't know. Up here on the hood, we have the yellows, the reds, the grays against the base color of the darker gray. It just sticks out at you. Again, something to draw your eye. That looks great. For accessories, Luke comes with his bucket hat. I think this is my favorite accessory for the figure. It looks good. It sits right on his head, even with the hair underneath, which is really surprising. I figured it had to be flattened out or something, but nope. It looks good. He has the macro binoculars and the lightsaber from the first release. Nice sculpts, nice paint. Not going to get into those too much. He comes with his long rifle, which is cool. It's a nice accessory to have on the Landspeeder or him holding it, but man, this looks like it's a weird gun to shoot, you know what I mean? The sculpt is kind of soft. I don't know if it's supposed to be that way, and then the paints on it is essentially just brown and silver. Not a lot of detail to that either. And before I get too far away from it and forget, you can clip the long gun right here on the side, so that's probably where it's going to stay for me. And then Luke comes with his poncho. Yeah, I'm not against using cloth. I wish it would look better. This isn't really too terrible. It's essentially a square with some different color tampoed on it, sewed in the middle, and then you have a hole. It just kind of lays there, and if you want to pose him any, you have to fight the poncho. Which, when it comes down to it, I actually thought of something as I was doing this. If they had included a hoop or a loop right here to go around his wrist, it would be a lot easier to maneuver around if it was attached right there. But in the long run, I don't see myself using this very much. And then for the Landspeeder, no accessories, but it does have some hidden things on here. It has the clear stand. You can take it off in case you invent hover propulsion of some kind and you want to implement that into your toy. Otherwise, you're going to have to use the clear stand to keep it up off the ground. It has a couple of secret compartments back here. You open this one, it's storage essentially, but the only thing that comes with the figure that fits in there is the macro binoculars. The other side also opens up to reveal kind of an engine compartment for something to work on, get a Jawa in there stealing something, Luke works on his Landspeeder, whatever. And then the hood opens, revealing some nice little detail in here. Nice and clean, but at least they sculpted on the inside. And then a very impressive engine compartment. Again, you see the reds and the beige, and it's dirty up under here. It looks really, really good. And something that this version will have that the regular retail version will not have is this spinning engine part. There's a button right here, and it spins the turbine, or, well, sometimes mine gets, there we go. I don't know what that is called. I don't know engines, especially fictional engines, but I like this. I'm never going to use it though. I'm never going to display it with the hood up, broken down on the Lars Homestead or whatever. Another weird thing is this cap that pops off right here. Pop that out, and it's almost like, you know, if you want to change the oil on the Landspeeder, you can do that because it goes down to a piece of the engine that has a round part too. Simulating a pit stop on Tatooine or something. It's, again, is that something that I don't know about? I can't figure it out. And just for comparison, here's Luke with the first Luke. Like I said, same body, same everything, just different head. And they're both not good together. And I hate to say that, Hasbro giving us another shot at Luke, but I don't know. The resemblance is just not there. Hamill has one of those faces that is really hard to nail, apparently. Putting the two together, it's pretty easy to get Luke in here to sit. If you want even more room to maneuver to get him in there and such, you can pull the windscreen off and then get in there, get his hands on the steering wheel, whatever, make it look pretty nice. I mean, and he scrunches in there. The problem is, if you take the Black Series C-3PO, he can't nail a sitting position, so he's not going to get in there. Even though they had a hollow spot back here for legs, you can't really get C-3PO on there. You can get R2 laying here, and unfortunately I can't find my Obi-Wan. I never opened the exclusive from last year, but a good stand-in would be The Last Jedi Luke. You can smash it in there, you can get it in there with Luke. There is room for 2 figures. You just have to manipulate and wedge, and I wish we had a wedge while we're talking about it. Because of the rubber robe on bottom, it doesn't sit as cleanly as it could, but not bad. So at the end of the day, not a bad set, but I wish I hadn't got the exclusive one. It was $100, I think it was, for essentially a premium shirt on Luke and the moving engine parts. And that's it. I mean, I could do without the engine parts. I could do without the Luke. Really, one of these pictures here will show that the figure arts Luke does fit in here. So there is that. The retail release won't have the fancy box to it, the engine part, the shirt. It's going to be cheaper. And really, I regret this decision. I regret buying this at the show. One, because I had to lug this thing home hidden in my laptop bag. You can break off the back engine part and then take off the clear stand underneath. It makes it more flat. So it wasn't a huge deal, but I would have saved some money and gotten essentially the same thing as what I wanted in the first place later at retail. The Landspeeder is totally worth it. I wanted the Landspeeder. I love the Landspeeder. I'm glad I got it. And if you're watching this and you're wanting it just for the Landspeeder, really, wait for retail. Yeah, it's going to pop up on Hasbro Toy Shop. It'd probably be a bitch to get. Probably sell out fast. If you miss it, don't worry about it. Unless you're just wanting the box or the crazy display, or, you know, you collect carded. This will be your only chance at it. But if you just want the Landspeeder, do not worry about it. Just wait. And let me apologize. I'm not used to reviewing vehicles, I guess. So this review seems kind of willy-nilly all over the place. It strays away from my normal structure. And yeah. So if you like the review, comment, like, subscribe. And I'll catch you on the Fwoosh.